episode 3, of the video episode of the ABHI podcast. It's the video episode number 3 of the ABHI podcast. You can see in the background over there, I got a new guitar in the back. And with that being said, let's just jump right into the intro. Boom! And welcome to the ABHI podcast, everyone. Okay, so I know that I told you in the previous episode that there are going to be guests in this episode, but there are not because they had some issues and they couldn't come from there to here. It's very far. But I still have a lot of special content for you. Alright, so the first thing, let's talk about the guitar in the background. Let's address the elephant in the room. The literal room. No elephant, but a room, okay? I got the guitar yesterday. It has been 1 day since I got that guitar, and it's very hard. Okay, I know millions and millions and millions of people know how to play a guitar, but I'm not one of the millions. Okay, I am one of those people who does not know how to play guitar. I went on YouTube and I searched guitar lessons for beginners, and there are 500 million recommendations and results. I was like, you know what, whichever the first video is, let's start with that. This guy is saying that he has a 10-day course, and by the end of those 10 days, you are gonna be able to play any type of song you want by little practice on the guitar. I was like, yeah, that sounds promising. That usually works if you put the hard work and dedication in. So he starts by saying, okay, you put your finger on the E major chord. Like, I'm not a musician at all. Like, in my whole life, I have never touched an instrument. I have never learned anything about music apart from the songs that they used to teach us in the school for music period. But I have never touched any instrument. I don't know the musical language. So this guy's like, E major chord. Okay, fine, whatever. E major. I press the strings. Whatever he tells me to press a few strings and strum the guitar. Strumming means ring, that type of thing. But no noise is coming. Like, it's just dub 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 dub. Then I see another video from the same guy. He explains that you have to press hard, but if you press too hard, your fingers start hurting, and then you can't play the guitar because then your fingers are hurting. I tried that for a whole day. I still cannot master the E major chord. Like, my fingers, if you can see in the camera, they're very red, especially these 3 fingers. Very red, and they're paining. Like, if I press on them, I can feel the sting in my muscles. So today I tried to play the same chord on the guitar again. Again, I was not possible. I'm getting little good at it, but still there's no major progress. It hurts so much because I have to press down so hard on it. It's insane. But let me tell you the story of how I got this guitar, because this wasn't even my plan. It was my father's plan. For some reason, nowadays he's very interested. He was always interested in music, but now he wants to actually implement it. So he was like, Abhishek, you know what? I want to get a collection of musical instruments in the house. So first we started with a mouth organ, that one. And then we got a flute, like a recorder. Wait, I'll show you. 1 second, okay? Hold it. This is the flute we got. It's pink in color. It's made of plastic, but it's like a thick plastic. So it's very high quality. It's from Yamaha. My brother mainly uses it. See, it matches my shirt. It completely camouflages. If I had it on me, you guys won't even be able to tell. But you can tell. So this one is what my brother uses. It's from Yamaha. It's called a recorder, and it's Baroque style. There's a Baroque style, and there is another style. Yeah, it's a soprano. This is the cover. It says soprano. The camera can't focus because the focus of this camera, it sucks. The autofocus. That's why I have kept it on permanent focus. So you guys won't be able to see. Maybe if you can zoom in, you can see, whatever. But this is it looks very cool though, Like, you can separate this. This is the flute part. Like, it makes the noise. Like that. And this is the part which makes the, like, different notes from the flute. Like, let me put this back together now, because this one belongs to my brother. So, actually, he's the one who uses it the most. And it's quite affordable, 3.5 KD. I got it at Avenues. There's a Yamaha showroom over there. So I got it from there. It's a very good instrument. And if you know how to play it right, you can play it nice. Then this is the mouth organ I was talking about. Let me show you. I don't know how to play it, but I can. My brother learned how to play one song on it. I don't know which. I forgot. But see, this is how you can do it. So this is the. But all of these instruments are B. I don't know what B stands for. Any one of you who knows instruments and knows what instruments mean, please clear it in the comments down below. So it says B on this. This is not from Yamaha, but I think it's from the same shop, but not Yamaha. The name of this what is it called? Harmonica, mouth organ. It's called the Blues. You can't say it because it's like in white font in very fine lettering. Okay, you can maybe read it on this. The Blues. The Blues. You know, if you say W's, it sounds very weird, right? Okay. So, and it came in this case, if you can't tell. It came in this case. Now, I have the guitar. And my father, he's like, Abhishek, I want to make a instrument collection in the house. So, actually, he wanted to get a violin. And we went to like a proper musical store to see the instrument prices. But they are like expensive, you know, like 100 kd guitars are like 25 is the cheapest, and the most expensive is like 70-80 kd guitars. My father wanted to buy one, but I told him no, it is such a complex instrument, no one in the house is gonna know how to use it. It's just gonna sit in some corner, collect dust, and you know, it's gonna be forgotten about. So we talked him out of it, but he still wanted to buy one, so we convinced him to buy a second hand one. So we went to Friday market. Friday market is we learned the word for the Friday market. It's like a shop. It's like a big area where people come every weekend and set up small stalls, and they just sell random things, small trinkets, second-hand thing, first-hand things, furniture. Literally anything you want, you can find it over there. Yesterday, I went with my father to get this guitar, and I saw a PS1 over there, a PS1, and those old, those recorders that you put the or vinyl, you know, that black color big discs, you put it in that and you put a pin on it. They had that also, but like really like from the 50s and 60s they had it. We asked him how he got hold of these things. He said that some Kuwaitis, they don't want it, so they sell it, and then we just repair it and we resell it. So it was a very cool place to look at. I've never been to that side of Friday market before. All the time I go there, it's like for buying some chairs, some tables, some curtains, sometimes like that, but not like these small things. So, yesterday was like one of the hottest days in Kuwait. 50 degrees Celsius to be specific. 50 freaking degrees. You know how much temperature it gets in Rajasthan? The hottest 45 or 46. That's the hottest temperature in Rajasthan. In Jodhpur. That's the main desert area. In Kuwait, 50 degrees. Sometimes it goes up to 55, sometimes 54. This is just the beginning of summer. In July, oof, it's going to be so hot. All the ACs are going to start frying up in people's houses. But that's beside the points. So we go into Friday market and we asked a bunch of people, hey bhai sahab, aapko pata hai kya guitar kahan se milta hai? He's like, nahi uncle, yahan par jaiye, yahan par go there and go here, go there and go here, go there and go here. I'm like, oh my god, how much we have to walk? There was so much heat. But we walked, and finally we saw a stall which had like a keyboard, like you know those electronic pianos which can play helicopter noises in it. So we went to that guy. He's like, भाई साहब मुझे पता नहीं, but मेरे पीछे देखिए वहाँ पर कुछ दुकान है. Means like, go, I don't know, but see some behind me, maybe they have. We were roaming, and then finally, after I think 1 hour of just roaming around in Friday market, we found a shop which had like 4 or 5 guitars lying around. We were like, thank God, yes, we finally found it. So we went up to the guy and we're like, hey bhai sahab, guitar dikhao. So he's like, hey lijiye bhai sahab, guitar dikhiye. So we saw the first guitar. We didn't like it because some of the strings were missing and it was very damaged, like so many scratches, and it was looking like it was almost about to break. So we kept that. Saw the next one. It was okay, but it was still not, not quite there. And then we found this guitar. Let me show you. All right, I'll just bring the guitar over here. This is the guitar. It's in the camera it looks orange. Oh yeah, it is orange. Sorry, I thought it's red. But it looked very awesome in the sunlight because it was shining a lot. And on the front it's like this dark brown, almost like light brown, not dark brown, like light brown. And it's perfectly tuned. I just went on the Play Store and I searched guitar tuner, and I found an app that was for free. and then I tune the guitar so it's perfectly tuned. Oh, you can't see it. Let me just hold it up. This is how I'm playing the guitar from now on. That's the only thing I know how to play on this guitar. That tone, that's it. And let me show you the complex thing that I was trying to learn for so many days and still haven't figured out. So see, I'm trying to learn the E major chord, okay? So what I'm supposed to do is I take my index finger, and place it on the third string. It starts counting from the thinnest to the thickest. So this is 1, 2, 3 and so on till 6. The thickest one is the sixth one. So I'm placing my index finger on the third string, then my middle finger on the fifth string, and then on my ring finger I'm placing it just below it on the fourth string. So those of you who do not know anything about guitar, just like me, will get confused. But those of you who know, this is what I'm talking about. So I'm pressing hard, super duper hard, and I still can't manage to get the sound. I mean, imagine if I get the sound out right now. But see, now I'm pressing. See that noise? It's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to go ding, but it's not. See? And that's the issue I'm facing continuously for almost 24 hours now. A little bit more over that. And my fingers are hurting. Like you can maybe see in the camera, but like my fingers have those lines in it now. Yeah, you can't see it. But it is there. And it hurts. Let me just put this back in its place. And that's that. So, I'm trying to figure out how to play the guitar, right? I'm trying so hard. I'm like, please, let me master the guitar. But we at least got it in an affordable price and I perfectly tuned it. So that is also a plus point for me. So that is my instrument collection till now. I think my favorite one is this in appearance because it's so pink and it's like see-through and stuff. So that's my favorite till now. And that's the story about my instruments. I'm planning on going for guitar classes, but I don't want to spend money. I'm a very conjuice person. The only amount of money I've spent on this podcast, as I have told you, I haven't told you, but it's only 2.5 KD. That is also on this microphone. But other than that, I have not spent anything on this podcast. That shows how conjuice I am. But I'm trying to learn from YouTube because there's so many classes on YouTube. It's insane. So I will figure it out. It's only been one day. I can't go too hard on myself. But I am practicing continuously to improve my skills. So if any one of you watching right now knows anything about guitar, wants to give me any tips, feel free to put in the comments down below. Alright? Now, let me tell you about my exercise routine. Because I have stopped exercising in the past few months. I think in my previous episodes I mentioned that I am exercising every morning, I'm going for running, but no, I have stopped that because it's so hot and I became lazy. But then my friend came up to me and he's like, hey Abhishek, there's a badminton class in school, you want to join? I'm like, sure, why not? And then I joined and now I go for badminton classes. They don't teach badminton, it's just play. You pay to play. Alright, you pay, you go to that place to play badminton with other people. So it's been fun. I think I've been going there for almost 2 weeks now and it's been awesome. Like my body hasn't ached till now, but I'm getting the stretchings, I'm getting the stretches, I'm getting the finger movement and the wrist movement and the arm movement. And when I used to play badminton, like in my building corridor and in my building, we didn't play by any rules. Just hit, nothing else. Just by points. That's it. If you miss, you get a point. But that's it. But when I came to play with these guys in my school, there are so many rules. First of all, they have a proper court for badminton. And these guys who play, they are like quite experienced and well versed in the rules of badminton. So they are like, after each serve, you have to shift the positions with your partner if you're playing doubles. We don't play a lot of singles because there's so many people, they all want to play. So four people play at the same time in doubles. So in doubles, if you have an even number, you have to shift places. There's a technique for while serving. You can't, like on the first serve, you have to land your shuttlecock inside the box. If it's outside the box, then the opponent gets the point. I didn't know all these rules, but now I do. So interesting facts if you did not know about badminton. But I'm enjoying badminton and it's keeping me in shape. Like I think during quarantine, peak time of quarantine, I became really fat. Like I wore my favorite like shirt and pant, and they barely fit me. Like the shirt I was wearing looked super tight, the pant was looking super tight. I didn't even need to wear a belt. But yesterday when I went out with my mother and brother, I was wearing the same shirt and same pant, and that time the shirt actually looked like it was made for me. Like I was looking good in that shirt. My stomach was not completely visible, and it was looking like I was looking slim and trim. And I bought like these new shoes. You can wear on suits and stuff, and they look absolutely elegant. And awesomely, yesterday when we were roaming in the city, we went to exchange some clothes. While coming back, we saw, you won't believe what we saw, a cigar room. Like we were walking by and then we saw this like shop sign. It said cigar room or cigar house. I don't know the last, but I think it's cigar room. Me and my brother were like, whoa, cigar room, let's go in and see what's happening. We thought that they won't even let us go in because COVID, and then we are underage, so we can't smoke and stuff like that. But when we went inside, it was like the Kingsman movies. For those of you who do not know Kingsman, I'll explain it in a brief. Okay, Kingsman is basically this British secret I don't know, spy not academy, like program, and they call themselves Kingsmen, and they're like super elegant, like James Bond, like suits and proper British elegant type spies people. Okay, and in the movie they wear like these leather shoes and woolen suits and cuffs and watches and glasses, proper haircut and everything. They just look British royalty. They look like British royalty. So when we walked in that room, we got at least I got big Kingsman vibes. Okay, Kingsman. We went in and we saw this guy who was sitting on this like lavish couch, and he was just smoking like a Cuban cigar. He looked complete baller as hell. So when we went in, there was just like two people in there. They were like waiters and they were giving people coffee and like whatever they wanted. And so this lady came up and was like, you want to smoke? We're like, no, we don't smoke. We're just coming here to look around. It was a very small place, very dark place, but it suited the atmosphere. And there was like this rich cigar smell or aroma in the room. Normally, I don't like to go near people who smoke. Not because, I don't know, but because the smell of the cigarette, I'm just very like repulsed by it. I'm like, oh, it's so strong. It smells bad. It smells like I'm touching sandpaper. Sometimes you can feel the smell, right? So that's what I feel like. Whenever I smell like cigarettes, I feel like I'm touching sandpaper. So I just try to stay away. But when I went in the cigar room, oh my god, I was like, oh my god, the cigar smell is so awesome. It didn't smell like a flower. It didn't smell like trash. It smelled like manliness. Yeah, like that. So, and they had like a room where people sit, and then a separate room where all the cigars are kept. And even that room is super duper dark. I'll put in a video for you people right now. It's not special stuff. Yes. We cannot put it close up depends. This is 20K. This is made. This is made in 2008. Yes. Okay. The old cigars are better. Old is good. Old. Have aged one as well. Anything else? As you can see in that video that I took yesterday, that room is stupendously awesome. Stupendously. Like, so like we went and asked the guy, hey, like, what is the rate of the cigars if you want to smoke one? So he said that the cheapest cigar they have is like 2.5 kd, which is very awesome actually. You can be a part of that club for 2.5 kd. I mean, actually I don't smoke, I never will smoke, but it sounds cool. I like to purchase. We have a cigar in the home. We purchased it, but we just keep it in like a showpiece or like a souvenir type of thing. We don't smoke it. It's a Cuban cigar. I forgot the name. But we went in the room and this guy was giving us a tour of the whole room. Like, this is a Cuban cigar, this is Habano cigar, and these are from Puerto Rico. And all these cigar companies are mainly in the South American region and very, very south part of North America. Like, those Puerto Rico, then all those exotic countries type places. And we asked the guy, which is the oldest cigar you have? Like, he said that the oldest they have is like 8 years old, and the most expensive they have is like 120 kd cigar. So, and then they had like these other like accessories for smoking the cigar. So there's a cutter. Okay, so let me explain to you, okay, what like all these cigar terms mean. So there's a Cuban cigar, all right. This end of the cigar is where you burn the cigar. It's open, so you can burn it. But this side, with the side which you put in your mouth, it's completely closed off. So to smoke it, you need to cut it. And some people punch it. So let me explain what it means. Cutting means you cut the whole thing and then you start smoking, right? That's very simple. Punching means you keep the end of the cigar inside the puncher and then it punches a hole into the cigar. So when you smoke it, some people like it completely cut, some people like only the punched. And we asked the guy which is the better one. He said that in punched one you can smoke for a longer time, and in the cut one you get a richer flavor, but it lasts for a shorter time because you can draw more, like what you said, tobacco. But in the punched one you can draw less, that's why it lasts longer. So these are the two advantages, I mean, disadvantages, whatever you want to call it. So it was such an awesome place to be in. It was such a and then we saw like these like cases. They had wooden boxes of cigars, and all the logos of these cigar companies are so awesome. Like, they have eagles and birds and ladies, like, those European ladies holding flags and stuff, like that type of logos they have. Very royal and elegant looking logos they have, like especially eagles. They really love eagles on their cigars. So yeah, that is the experience of cigars. Like, my brother, he's like, I want to smoke a cigar, I want to smoke a cigar. So go for it, because I think cigars are literally awesome. It's like cigarettes, the small ones, the white ones, that's like plebs stuff. But cigar, if you have that, then that's awesome. I saw a video of Arnold Schwarzenegger, who some very old interview, and they asked him about his cigars, and he like made some very funny commentary about how his father-in-law and he smokes together, and his wife can't tell him anything because his wife's father allows her husband to smoke. Like, it is a very funny way of, like, he was explaining everything. So that is the funny video. I'll put it right now.
Because after dinner, everyone ought to have a cigar. So I tried it. Well, the rest is history. I'm still smoking stogies. I love it, and he introduced me to something really good. And I know now the next question. Knowing you, being the interviewer that you are, digging in deep all the time, you will say now, what does your wife think about that? Let me ask you something. When my wife's father has introduced me to stogies, what is she going to say? She's not going to say my father made a mistake, because her father never makes a mistake. So therefore, it is okay. I can smoke stogies around her. I can smoke stogies in my house. First of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
You saw it, right? Yeah, it is so awesome. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger for you. So that's the cigar experience we had. Now, let me move on to what is happening. I'm bored. Yeah, that's the third topic I want to talk about. I'm bored. Like, exactly like what's his name? Laser beam. I'm bored.
I'm bored.
So I wanted to do something about the boredom. So I went out and I went to 360 Mall on my cycle. I made a vlog. Literally, while driving the cycle, I recorded myself talking and some montages and clips like that. I recorded the whole thing. But when I went in 360 Mall, I was like, I can't be asked, man, because there are people around, and sometimes they get offended, like, what the hell, why is this guy recording? Whoa, 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 whoa. So plus I was roaming around, like I was like tired already by cycling. It was so hot, I was sweating. Plus I hadn't worn like good clothes. Like my clothes were very dark and they didn't match with each other. It was very shabby, so I didn't record myself in 360 mall. But the starting part is quite good, so I'm thinking that I'm going to start editing those clips together to make them like an incomplete vlog, but it's somewhat a vlog. And thinking that I'll end that vlog by saying that this is the only part of the vlog that was interesting. The remaining is just trash. So yes, that is my vlog. When this is second time I went to 360 on my cycle, and it's awesome to go far away with us on cycles. Sometimes I wish that there were no roads on the car. What I was there are no roads on the car. Oh my god, there are no roads on the car. Please let there be no roads on the car. That will be insane. No roads on the car, please. Thank you. No cars on the road. Sometimes I wish that there were no cars on the road so that I could drive my cycle at full speed on the highway. You know, my long time wish has been to tie my cycle behind the car and drive. Like, not even drive, just catch my steering wheel and like just go like that with the car. That is my long time dream. I would just want to tie my cycle behind the car so that I can go. That day, when I was driving to 360 mall, I saw this guy like towing his jet ski, and I was so close to grabbing the jet ski and going with the car, but I didn't, because then I thought that the police will see me and they'll freak out completely. So I didn't do it, but I want to do it. Don't get me wrong, I will do it someday, okay? Maybe I'll skydive with my cycle. How about that? Skydive with my cycle. Think about it. Think about it. It'll be like the Fast and Furious movies. They drive the cars in the sky. Oh, I mean, it's crazy, right? Like, they drive the cars in the sky and the cars collide in the sky. They jump out of the cars and they meet each other in the sky, and it's insane. But talking about Fast and Furious, let's talk about F9, the latest movie in the Fast and Furious saga. That is the first movie. Let me remind you, that is the first movie I saw in the theaters since Corona started. So it's been almost 1 year and 4 months. And this is the first movie I saw in theater, because we thought that it's an action movie. It's a big budget action movie. So that should be something with which we open our theater experience, right? So we went to the theaters, sat down with some popcorn, and the movie started. And let me tell you, this movie is crazy. I mean, what the hell happened in that movie? Normally in those Avengers movies, okay, if they want to show a spaceship crashing into some planet, it'll be completely CG, right? But the surprising thing is that all the Fast and Furious movies do the car stunts practically. Like, I'll leave a link in the description of my video to a video on YouTube that explains how the practical effects of the car crashing and car flipping was done in the new Fast and Furious movie. It's amazing how much time and energy and resources and money and everything they put into these action sequences, which are practical, not even CG, practical. They could easily do this in visual effects and CGI and stuff, but they went out of their way to set up all these special rigs and stuff and design all these special cars to flip and turn and crash and burn. But still, the movie turned out to be such a piece of trash, because the only thing they focus on is the stunts and the chases, which is the highlight of the movie. But you need to at least have a solid bridge between all these sequences so that the audience can follow through the movie, right? It's like they have this big action sequence, and then there's a rope, thin ass rope, attaching one action sequence to the next, which is like super hard to follow. Like, okay man, the action sequence is there, but then at least give us some character development, give us at least some strong dialogues. But no, all the dialogues are trash, all the characters are trash. The only good thing about this movie was the cars and the freaking stunts. They literally went so far as to send a car in space, And I'm not just talking like it went to space and then it saw like the horizon of the earth and it came back. No, 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 no. They freaking sent a car into orbit. And you know how they come back home? It's a spoiler, obviously, but who cares? Who's gonna see F9 and be like, oh man, this guy spoiled it for me? It's an F9 movie. Get over yourself, okay? You know how they come back home? While they are in orbit, they catch up to the International freaking Space Station. And then they come back home like with no explanation. Like, how did they cut back home? How? What? How? I don't know what they are wearing. They're literally like wearing duct tape together type of suit, like yellow color. It's so crazy. It's like, but you know, then on the other side you see Batman and stuff. Like Batman punches a guy, he goes through the wall, he flies up and starts fighting freaking Superman. Like that is believable because you know they set up the premise like that. But these people are shown to be like, you know, normal dudes and people, and they just do the craziest stuff possible. And in the end of the day, every movie ends with a family dinner. It's why after going to space, after destroying billions and billions of dollars of buildings and people and stuff like that, you go back to your farm and have a family barbecue. Seriously, that's how the last movie ended. That's how the movie before that ended. That's how this movie ended. What? It's like I go and do some world changing mission and then I just have family dinner in my farm. Seizure alert, seizure alert. I'm going insane after Fast and Furious movies, man. They're not even they're just furious now. They're not even fast. Like, you know, in when these Fast and Furious movies are so crazy that people made memes of them going to space and stuff like that. And in this movie, the good thing is that they were self-aware, so they made jokes about themselves of how they go on these crazy missions, but they never get scratches on them and they never get injured or like they never die. But in this movie, they actually went to space, and it's not even funny. It's just like, what are you guys thinking? What? How? But I'm not gonna beat my head over that, okay? It's just a dumb movie. I've forgotten it already. I don't even know I remember what the plot is, but it's Fast and Furious. What do you expect, right? So that is my 2 bits on the Fast and Furious saga. Do I have anything else to add? No. Is this episode coming to an end? Yes. Did you enjoy? I think you must have enjoyed because I moved around so much in this episode. That's the only thing keeping you intact. The moving around, the hand gestures. Yeah. My instruments and my guitar. I'm gonna practice my guitar. My brother knows how to play the Avengers theme song on this. I put it on my Instagram story, so check it out if you missed stuff like that. You know, follow me on Insta. I'm not good, okay. I'm playing like I won't even say Adivasi because they play better than me. I'm just embarrassing myself right now. Abhishek, get over yourself, man. Okay. So mouth organ, flute, and guitar, all of them in the same frame. Oh yes, let me mention one more thing. You must have not caught it. I have my nunchucks in the background. There I are, nunchucks, and my what's it called? Badminton racket. Nunchucks. I was very good with the nunchuck. I mean, I am still. You know what? I'll use a shorter one just to demonstrate some of my skills because I haven't touched these nunchucks in like I think almost 2 years now. So I'm not rusty because my memory is quite sharp. My stomach is popping out like anything. Okay. Oh, I hope I don't hit something. But okay, let me just show you some of my skills. Okay. Believe it or not, but when I was like younger, I told my brother to record a video of me doing the nunchucks. I still have it, but I won't show it to you because I look very ugly in that. But now I look better, so I'll show you my nunchuck skills. Here we go. All right. 3, 2, 1. I'm moving quite like a very cramped because I don't want to break something in my house. But I'm hitting myself. Oof, oof. I'm not very good at this right now because I don't have space. But I'm doing something at least. Oosh. That's what we did in karate class. if you are really interested in my karate career, I have uploaded two like short clips of my katas and my nunchuck skills on the YouTube channel. So check it out. They're very short, but they're very sweet and they're very. And I was in my max, like what's it called? Physical ability back then. I broke my karate class record. I think it's in full Kuwait record. Like I broke it with those wooden. I won't use the wooden nunchucks in the house because they're super long and they are really dangerous. Like if I hit someone, if I hit myself with that in the head, I'm getting like some brain hemorrhage or something like that, or I'm seriously messing something up in my house. Plus, I don't want to damage anything. Otherwise, my parents will be like, "What the hell are you doing, man?" So don't want to do that. But yeah, I still have my wooden nunchuck, and that is the one with which I broke my record. Everyone else was using this spongy beginner's nunchuck. It's just little sponge. That's why so it doesn't hurt the children, the plebs. But your boy here with the wooden nunchucks, and it is super like long. My friend, he was like, Abhishek, let me use your wooden nunchuck. So I gave it to him. But I also told him that these nunchucks are super long. Like, look at this. This nunchuck has only 5 chains in it, okay? Like 5 links. I want to say 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 links in it, okay? This is the number of links you want in your nunchuck. But I got the nunchuck with 10 links in it. So he didn't know. I told him, hey man, be careful. These are made of wood and they are super long. So if you don't be careful, especially with this part, when you hold the nunchuck from like this, I'm holding the nunchuck. I spin the nunchuck, and when you hold it under your arm like this, sometimes what they do is that it goes back. Oh, I'm bumping my microphone. Sometimes this chain comes under your arm and this hits the back of your head. Luckily, this is short, so it won't do that. Plus, it's made of sponge, so even if it hits you, it won't like kill you. But that, it's super long and it's made of wood. So that guy, he went completely ham on it. And when he went to catch it, he held onto the chain, and then the back thing, pop on his head, and he fell down on the floor. And then he had like a big bump on his head, like this Nobita Jian cartoons, that Doraemon. Whenever Jian hits Nobita on the head, he gets like these eggs on his head. Exactly. My friend had like this big egg on his head. So next day when he came to the class and he turned like this, his head, and then boink, and then it went back down. I was like, what the? And then he said his mother was crying. I mean, not crying, but his mother was like shouting at him, like, what are you doing in the class? That was a crazy story. Let me tell you one more story from my karate class. One more. Just after this, the podcast is over, you can go home. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so this story, it's a really proud story for me, all right, but not so proud for my opponent. So in my karate class, our sir, after every like alternate weeks, he would keep fighting classes, all right. My sir's name is Varghese Cherian sir. He's not in Kuwait anymore, he's in India, but he's not even sir, I call him master. He's the karate master. So every alternate class, he used to give us this fighting classes, okay. So everyone would sit down, and then he would match up people with the same body weight, body like height and everything, and they would fight. So I was up against this other kid it was the last day for him in karate class, because after that he's going back to India forever. So it was his last day and I was going against him. But for some reason, I was on my peak performance that day. Like I was feeling it completely in my arms, in my legs, in my mind. I was completely active and ready. So I was in my fighting position, and that kid came up to me. I blocked his punch, punched him in the face. He fell down. It's actually not called, I didn't punch him in the face. It's called an uraken. Now you'll be like, whoa, Abhishek, take it slow. Man, you're going like complete uraken mode. We don't know what's happening. Okay, I'll explain what an uraken is. So uraken, it's back like a punch. I won't call it punch. It's like you know how you knock on the door with this? But uraken happens with this. You knock someone in the face with an uraken. So for example, this is my opponent's face. Okay? He comes up to me, and this is his nose. Uraken is mainly done on the nose because this is a very sensitive area for anybody. I imagine all of you must have at least been hit in the nose once by a ball or by a friend, right? So even if you bump it little bit, it just starts paining all over your head and your mouth and your face, right? So it's a very, especially this nose bridge, very sensitive area. And this is where the uraken is mainly focused in. So what happens? You take your hand and you hit them on the face like this with this knuckles. So my opponent came to me with the punch. I blocked it and then I gave him my left hand hurricane. I was quite popular in my class for the left hand hurricane because I was like kind of a master in hurricane in my class. He comes up to me, I block, I give him the hurricane on his nose. This whole area, my wrist hits him. He falls on the floor, I get the second point. Third point, I win the match. The final point was the most epic. I'm not even gonna joke about it. It's like the most epic way I defeated anyone, okay? So sir is like, why are you people not using your legs? Use your legs. Kick, kick, kick. I was kicking obviously, but he wasn't. That's why he was losing obviously. So sir is like 3, 2, 1, start. He comes at me with his leg. I move one step back. Like he's coming with his leg. I just take one step back. He misses me. So his chest is like, the first thing in karate is that you have to always defend your chest and your face with this, because your hand should always be here no matter what. If you're using your kick, your hand should be here. If you're punching, at least one hand should be here. But that guy missed the memo, and when he came to kick me, he landed like this with his chest open, his face open, and his hands were like completely off balance. Like this helps you maintain your balance, like keeps your center of gravity low and center. So that's why if you land also, you can at least stay on your legs. But he kept it like this and completely exposed his chest and face. So you know what I did? He came, I gave him a counter attack with my left hand on his chest over here, right in the center. He bent forward, he made that noise also like, and then I took the same left hand, pop, pow, I gave him a left hook on the face, and then he just like that, and he fell on the floor, and then he started bleeding from his mouth and his nose. But it's not like too much. Like he just cut his lip. He didn't like, I didn't bust his teeth. He just like cut his lip with the teeth, and his nose was bleeding little bit because I already hit him with the hurricane, and then I also punched him. So his nose was bleeding little bit, but nothing major. And then so I was like, Abhishek wins, and everyone was like, woo! And then I'm not kidding, for the next 5 months, everyone in the class was like respecting me as if I was like the second master in the class. Whenever sir would leave, he would tell me, Abhishek, handle the class, and I would take the exercises, and all the kids over there would like listen to me as if I'm like a real big bad champion over there. I felt like a baller over there. Like the guy came, pat on the face, combination down, done, I'm the winner. That's the end of the game. So that's my karate story, that's my instrument story, that's my badminton story, and that's my boredom story. But after this episode, I'm not bored anymore. What can I say? I'm not bored, my fam. So, I think you guys must have enjoyed this episode. I sure as hell enjoyed this episode. So much. So, you best believe I'm gonna be practicing on my guitar. Maybe by the next episode, I might be able to play one song for you at least. If I can't, trash me down in the comments in the next episode, not this episode. Please keep it clean in the comments this time. But give me some tips on the guitar stuff, because guitar is a very common instrument, and I think many of you must know at least something about the instrument and something about the guitar. So if you do, please give me some helpful comments on how I can improve my finger placement and stop this hurt, man. It really hurts. So give some tips, and I'll see you in the very next episode of the ABHI podcast. It's been your host, Abhishek Bade, and I'll see you all in the very next episode. Till then, take care, have a good life, have a safe life, and bye-bye.